everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be trying to do the second unboxing attempt for the Erika Kuramoto Pinky Bunny version by Binding. So, long story short, and if you are in the Discord server, link is in the bio if you care to join, you will know that when Erika originally arrived to me, while I was trying to unbox her the first time, she did actually arrive to me broken. Her leg had completely snapped off, and along with her leg snapping off, it had torn off some of the paint that was on her bunny suit, and then her bunny ears also had a lot of paint chipping on them. So I did reach out to Native and I asked them if they would be willing to send me a new one, and so I was able to get a new one from Native. It did take a little while. I would say about a month and a half for the whole process to go through, because I did have to send them the pieces that were broken. And then once they received the broken pieces, then they sent me replacements. So in total, I would say it took about a month to a month and a half. They did ask me to keep the box that she came in, as well as all the accessories that were in good condition, and then they would just send me replacements for the stuff that was broken. So she is already unboxed, since I did, like I said, try to film this video already once before, but I actually have the replacement figure in the blister pack down there that they sent me, so I'll have to unbox that. But we can go ahead and talk about her box real quickly before we get started on the actual figure. And I do quite like her box design. I think it is very cute, and I really love all the feather details that go across the box. I think it looks really nice, and of course it is a good homage to her wings that she has coming out of her back. So I think that's a really nice detail there, as well as the fact that her box is pretty similar to the color of her bunny suit, though it does start quite light down here and then it goes up into a darker pink color. The gradient looks very nice, and not only that, but there are some, like, I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be. They look like crosses, but they are pretty cute, and I think it adds a nice little bit of detail to the box as well. And of course, right on the front here, it does say her name in gold lettering, as well as the company name, Binding. It is the Pinky Bunny version, Erika Kuramoto, and she is a 1/4 scale, so she is quite large. And I will just say this, when I unboxed her before and I hadn't realized she was broken yet, I did think she looked quite good. So I'm hoping that this replacement looks just as good, and I'm hoping that of course that she's not broken. So let's just get everything out and get it set up. So also, she is a perma cast off, if that makes sense. So she does not have an option to be displayed safe for work and not safe for work. She's always not safe for work, because the cups of her bunny suit are permanently in like a folded down position. So I will have to like censor her boobs with like a ribbon or some stickers or something to be able to show her on the YouTube channel. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. If you want to see her uncensored, then you are more than welcome to join the Discord server, because I post uncensored b-roll and pictures of the figure in the NSFW channel over in the Discord server. So if you would like to join, the link will be in the bio. Do consider. I would love to have you guys. But yeah, so let's just get right into it. So here are her bunny ears that got replaced. Hopefully they don't have any paint chipping on them, but we shall see. So far so good with this one, so that's a success. It looks like that's 2 for 2. So we have 2 very nice, pristine little bunny ears here. And then I'll go ahead and I think I'll go ahead and get her base and all that out so I can show you all those details first. Here are her little back wings, and I will say they do look pretty nice. Looks like these even had a little bit of paint issue, but not much I can do about it now. And it's not a ton anyways, you can't really tell. But I will, I'll talk more in detail about all of her accessories when she's finally put together. That way I have like kind of a little section while the B-roll showing where it's explaining all of her details. But here is her little weapon. I'm not really sure. I think it's supposed to be like a spear kind of, but on all of them, their weapons are kind of shrunk down a little bit, so they can be slapped onto their little like garter belt things, or their like little thigh garters, so they kind of just sit right there. Looks pretty nice, I would say. And then Erika does also come with a little platter to have this little, little drink. So she has a little platter and you can set the drink on top of the platter. None of this is like held in place by anything. It just kind of is like, it sits freely, so it moves around a little bit. So I could potentially see this being an issue for something maybe getting lost. Like it were to get bumped, it could fall off and maybe get lost. So do be careful with that. The whole drink does come apart as well. It's in 3 parts. So you have the little glass, and then you have like the actual drink part, and you put that in there, and then you have the little like ice chunk, and that goes right on top. So that's pretty cute little detail as well. And then of course we do have her playing cards that she holds in her hand, so those are pretty cute as well. I love it when figures come with like a bunch of cute little like accessories and stuff. Like, I actually hate how large this base is. Like, look at this. It's as big as my head. That is ridiculous. Very unnecessary in my opinion. But, though the base is a little bit disappointing, her stool is definitely not. I think it is one of the, like, coolest, like, figure accessories in my entire collection, because the chair is actually metal and it is very, very nice quality. I think it makes the figure really stand out against other figures, and even the shading on the chair looks pretty nice as well, so I really can't complain much there. I think it looks pretty good. And there is quite a bit of heftiness to it as well, so I think that is a nice added detail as well. All right, so here are her little pigtails. They do come detached, and honestly the shading on these looks pretty decent, I would say. Her hair is brown, but the shading has a bit of a burgundy reddish tint, so I do think it adds quite a bit of dimension to her hair, and I do like that quite a lot. But now we will actually get to the figure herself. She is very big, I will say that. She is quite a large bunny. Like, wow. I will say, do be cautious when you're putting her together. And I don't know if this is just a problem for me, since the bunny that I have is not the bunny that was sent with the accessories. I don't know if that's why the like holes where her like weapon and her pigtails and her wings are inserted are a little bit difficult to get in. I don't know if that's because she is not the bunny that originally came in the box, but do be careful when you are trying to assemble her, because it is a little bit difficult, I will say. So there's that. But so far I have her together, it would seem. Yeah, that tray is literally just holding on for dear life, just waiting to fall off. Alrighty, I do have her all put together, and then I did go ahead and just tie a little ribbon around her bust so that she is good enough to show on YouTube. I actually don't think it looks that bad. It looks kind of cute if you ask me. But yes, and then of course her little, oh. See, it's literally just a problem. It is literally just a problem. But yeah, so her tray is supposed to just sit on her hand like that. And as you can see, it just falls off a lot. So, not a huge fan of that. But other than that, let me just go ahead and give you guys a debrief on her and talk about some of her details and the things that I do like about her, and then just the things that I am not a super huge fan of that I think could have been executed a little bit better. But let's go ahead and start with the good things and just an overall kind of description. For one, I do think that this figure is very, very accurate to Raita's art style. I think it is sculpted very, very nicely and with a lot of attention to detail. So I think that that is definitely the key point of this figure. You can tell by looking at this figure who the artist is if you are familiar with Raita. So I think that they absolutely nailed that, and I think she looks super, super stunning. I'm really happy that she did get a recolor. I do think the hot pink suits her a lot better than the black bunny suit that she was originally sold in. And I do think that the new Misa bunny that is in a black bunny suit, I think that fits her a lot better. I think Misa in black makes sense, and Erika in pink makes sense as well. So I think the color choice for her bunny suit is spot on. And although I dislike the fact that the paint has a tendency to chip, I do really, really like the finish of the bunny suit. It is a very I don't know if it's really iridescent or if it's more so kind of metallic. I would say metallic more so than iridescent. It is a very, very nice candied metallic hot pink. And I think the fact that they went with a metallic finish rather than a gloss finish or a matte finish really adds a lot of character to this bunny, because otherwise it's kind of just whatever, it's just a normal bunny suit, it's glossy, or but I do think that the finish looks absolutely stunning. And I'm really hopeful that it will hold up over time and not start to chip or look bad. But yeah, so I will just be careful. I'm going to be very, very careful with this bunny because she seems like she could have some potential issues in the future. But as she is right now, she looks very stunning. And I will say the paint job on her other accessories does look pretty good as well. One thing I do really like about her, which I will get better I will catch better in the B-roll, is her little cufflinks are little stars. They're so, so cute. And even the inner part of the star is a clear plastic, so it looks like a gemstone almost, and I really like that. And then the gold around the cuff is painted very nicely and very precisely. And then her little arm cuff right here and her little thigh cuff, they do have stripes on them, and they do seem to be painted pretty well. They're not perfect, but they're definitely by no means messy either, so I can't really complain with that. And I do want to say that the white collar and her wings and then her little bunny tail, which, by the way, super cute detail that I'll catch in the B-roll. Her little bunny tail is actually wings, and I absolutely love that. And that's one of the things that I really, really loved about her. I thought was super cute and very on brand. Was that her bunny tail is made up of 2 wings. I think that's so, so adorable and such a nice little added detail. But I do quite like the way her wings and then her collar are painted. They are a nice shiny metallic white, and then they do have some darker greenish blue shading at the tips. And then her wings also have there's a few different colors on her back wings. there's like a bluish gray color, and then like a very light mint color, and then like a kind of a pure white. So I don't think this figure is lacking in shading whatsoever, and I think the detail on this figure is very, very nice. Like even her little earrings, like she has one silver like cuff earring on one ear, and that's even painted pretty nicely. And she has some pink detailing on the tops of her collars, kind of around the back of her neck, and you can't really see it unless you look at her from a certain angle, and even that is painted pretty nicely as well. So I definitely think the paint job and the sculpt on this figure is very, very good. And the face looks great as well. I think her eyes lack a little bit in detail, but maybe that's because I'm used to seeing figures that have like their eyes painted with a glossy finish to make them look a little bit shiny, but she does not have that. They're just matte, so maybe that's why they look a little bit like they're lacking in detail, but it by no means does it look bad. I think her face looks very, very cute, very cheerful, and I love it. And definitely can tell that it is Raita's art style, so I think that's executed very nicely as well. And then even like the little orb on her collar in the middle, it is slightly transparent. I just love that they have like all these different finishes on this figure. That's one thing that I can say that I've been liking quite a lot with some of these newer figures that I've been getting, is that they have a variety of finishes, and it just really adds to the figure and makes it stand out quite a lot, and makes the quality just a one like notch up from just your standard run-of-the-mill figure. So I quite like that. But I think that's everything I kind of have to say about her in terms of the things that I really like. I guess I'll kind of just go over some of the things that I'm a little bit nitpicky about, but yeah, so overall, she's a great bunny, and I love her, and I'm super happy to have her in my collection. But there are a few things that I'm a little bit disappointed in, and one of those being this giant ass base. I guess I kind of get it, but I definitely think they could have cut down on it a little bit. Like, it's just gonna be really hard to display her next to anything because her base takes up so much space. And I really wanted to display her with the other girls, the other bunnies from the same series, but you're gonna kind of have them all spaced out quite far from each other because of how big their bases are. And that's just one thing that I don't really like. And like almost wish that they have like a base you can get to display all of them together on one base, so that they're like not super far away from each other, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then the other thing that I just wanted to point out again was that I don't like how the pink paint has a tendency to chip off quite easily. And then also just those few like little scuff marks, black scuff marks that are on her legs. They're not super big, but I noticed it right away. So it is a little bit disappointing, but you know, what can you do, right? And then honestly, it's just this tray that wants to slip and slide all over the place. That is so frustrating. Like, I wish they would have at least made the drink stay in one place, like just tack the drink down. And I might glue the drink on, or the 1/7 scale cinnamon that I just got, she comes with little sticky tabs. I might just take one of those sticky tabs so I can take this and stick it to the tray. That way it doesn't move around. And then that way at least, you know, you won't have to worry about the drink falling off the tray and then it kind of going everywhere. So, and you won't have to like worry about it getting lost or whatnot. So I think I will probably do that. But yeah, overall, I think that she is a very gorgeous bunny, and I'm super, super happy to have her in my collection, and I'll be really excited to get Misa as well. I think she's coming out in October, so I'll be excited to be able to display them together. They're gonna look super, super cute. I will say, I definitely think this is probably like my favorite my favorite bunny that I have right now. Of course, like I said before, if you would like to see her uncensored, you can check that out in the Discord server. I will be shooting the B-roll of her for the channel with the little ribbon tied around her chest. I honestly think it looks kind of cute, so yeah, there's that. And if you like cosplay content, consider following my Instagram. I will put a link in the bio for that as well. And other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, maybe consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.